I just bought the cheapest BMW 330i in the country.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be slightly different. So we have actually bought a new car. I say we, I mean the guy behind the camera, my good friend James, has bought a new car, and it is a BMW E90 330i. And now I'm going to claim this is actually the cheapest BMW 330i right now in the country. Now let's take a look around the thing. Okay then guys, so as you can see, this is a 2005 BMW 330i in the E90 chassis, and this thing is definitely not without its faults, but we will move on to those faults in a short while. Now this particular car, the E90 330i, has the infamous N52 engine, which is a great power plant. I have it in my Bmw 130i, and yeah, it's a very reliable engine and does pack a decent punch. Now we'll just do a quick walk around. Now as you can see, this is an M Sport model, so it does come with the usual M Sport parts. So you have the side skirts, front and rear bumper, you have the M Sport wheels, and we will take a look at the rear bumper. As you can see, some damage already, and we'll kind of move on to the rest of the car where you'll kind of see the extent of the damage on this thing. So yeah, the rear bumper on this thing is probably beyond repair. Yeah, it's quite badly damaged. And then there is some damage on the doors, if you take a look, but I think that the majority of this will actually come out because it is on top of the paint, not underneath it. Oh sorry, it hasn't gone through the paint. This is just paint transfer, looks like, from another car. So I think the majority of this will actually come out of the doors. Now if we have a look at the front wing, this won't polish out. As you can see, it's gone right through the paint, and it has actually started to rust. But because this is on the front wheel arch, it is, you know, obviously on the wing, it can be replaced. Now we don't have any damage on the rear wheel arch, which is good. So I think what is in order is a new front wing for sure. Hopefully the doors, they will polish out. And yeah, the front bumper, that is looking a bit sorry for itself as well. That is pretty badly damaged. That probably took the worst of the impact. But apart from those few scrapes, the bodywork really is not too bad on this thing. I mean, it could definitely do with a good clean up, and it could do with a good polish. But yeah, it generally is a very good place to start. It's a good start for any project car, really. Now let's take a look on the interior. So as we can see, we have leather interior, which is always good, and these seats are in fact heated leather seats, which is always good. Now the spec on this thing is not amazing. You know, there's no sunroof, there's no iDrive or anything like that. We will move on to the purpose of this car, what it's going to be used for essentially in a short while. But yeah, I'll show you around the rest of the interior. It is generally in pretty good condition. I mean, it has covered 107,000 miles, which is actually surprisingly low for this car. But yeah, it could really do with a good clean up, you know, a good deep interior clean, because if you have a look down the sides of the seats, yeah, it is not looking too good. We have all sorts under here. Rear seats look very good. They don't look like they've ever been sat in, to be honest. Some good points about the car is the fact that the wheels are in very good condition. It has some good quality Bridgestone tyres on with plenty of tread, and the front and the rear brake discs and pads are virtually new. Now let's pop the bonnet and let's take a look what is underneath. Have you ever seen a filthier engine bay than this? I can almost guarantee that this engine bay has never ever been cleaned. It's just completely caked in dirt and grime, and not to mention oil as well. Have a look down here. That's pretty hard to say at the moment before we give this thing a good clean, but there is a good amount of oil down near the rocket cover gasket, and that will start to drip down on the exhaust and can possibly cause us one or two issues. But usually when we have, you know, oil down in that area, it can obviously come from the rocket cover gasket, but it can also come from this area here if somebody misses the filler cap, which I have done one or two times myself before, end up with oil pouring down there. So that could be, you know, a relatively easy fix. You know, we might just need to give it a clean up. But I have also noticed the infamous oil filter housing gasket leak as well. We can see some oil down here, so that's not a big issue. It's a relatively easy fix as well. More than likely going to have to swap out the fan off solenoids and the disc valves at some point, but that is all to be expected. We're going to have to do, you know, the usual stuff, so power steering flush, obviously engine oil and filter, coolant at some point, maybe water pump and thermostat at some point in the future. Now if you have a look inside of the engine oil filler cap, similar story to my 130i really. There is a lot of build up in here, and that is because this car has had some long extended oil changes, not recently but early on in its life. You know, we're talking 20,000 miles or so between oil changes, which is not good for this engine. So yeah, I think the first thing we need to do is give the engine bay a good thorough clean so we can identify any leaks and then go from there really. And now we are going to hear what this thing sounds like, because it is a straight six and it does sound quite nice. And that is exactly why the N52 is a legendary engine. It just sounds so good. This is just a regular BMW E90, and you know, to have something that sounds like that is pretty special really. And now we're going to talk about the purpose of this build. You know, why did we get it? What is the purpose of it? Okay then, James, so welcome to the channel, and yeah, just kind of sum it up really, the reasons behind buying this car.
Okay, well, I was looking for a car similar to this, saloon, 6-cylinder, somewhere between 200 to 250 horsepower, kind of like an all-rounder. And then I was looking at E46s, and then George mentioned, you know, about the E90, kind of overlooked this car a little bit. Yeah. Is the E90 330i. And yeah, kind of, once I looked into it, read into it more, and about the N52 engine, I pretty much fell in love with it, and I've spent the past few months just trying to find the right one. And this, you know, for a lot of people wouldn't be the right one, but I wanted something that I could put some work into. I could get it for a good price and put some work into it and really make it like a...
And I think you're actually usually better off buying something that does need a bit of work doing to it. Because we were saying earlier, you know, when we actually bought it, you're better off buying something that, you know, needs a bit of attention, because you know, yeah, you can try and look for a car which doesn't have, you know, the common problems, but they're gonna arise, you know, at some point or another. So you're better off buying a car right down low and then putting the money into it, and you're probably actually going to you know, come out ahead. You know, if you spend, you know, £1,000 on this car, you're going to be getting that back plus some. Do you know what I mean?
Because that's the thing. I mean, when you look at the interior, once it's all cleaned up and stuff, it's not actually that bad. It's not like it's over 200,000 miles.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if I mentioned, but it's only on 107,000 miles, which is
like below average. Low. Yeah, it's below average for this car. So yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for, and I had extra motivation to buy it for the Nürburgring.
Yeah, so we are planning on going to the Nürburgring. If you don't know where that is, are you even a car enthusiast? Let's be honest. No, so the Nürburgring is obviously in Germany, and we're planning to go there sometime this year, planning for around September time, aren't we?
Yeah.
We definitely want to get out there before winter sets in, and yeah, I want to take it on track. I've never been on track before myself. Obviously I have the 130i. You now are the proud owner of a 330i. So we should be pretty well matched.
Yeah, I've never had I've got no experience on a track day. I've been go-karting a couple of times years ago, and that's it. But yeah, it's a perfect time. So I want to put some work into this. Probably, I know it's cliche, but remap, get a little bit more power out. But first, you know, preventative maintenance, sorting the issues it's already got. Obviously, the important things.
Handling mods as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Before anything else. Remap's probably going to be the last thing, to be honest. I'll make sure all the other bases are covered first, and then
because it's only a naturally aspirated engine, you're only realistically going to gain about 10-15 horsepower from a remap anyway. But yeah, that kind of be the icing on the cake. But yeah, hopefully that has let you guys know what to expect. You're maybe going to see this car on the channel. Maybe going to pop round a few times and, you know, keep people updated, and we'll probably do 1 or 2 jobs, you know, on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little video.
Thanks for watching.
That's not how I'll do it.
I'll just do the outro for you. Cheers, thanks.
And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace!